right, we're here for a continued public hearing, site plan approval for 56 Westland Road. That's you.
Yes.
All right. Please come up and given this about 15 minutes.
Majority of them.
When was this continued from?
It was continued from the last meeting.
We had a sidewalk.
Oh,
That's right.
We only had a sidewalk, we didn't actually open the hearing.
Oh,
That's
we were supposed to be April 15th, but we were told that the meeting was canceled.
That's
Okay.
right.
So it's a new public hearing.
So correction, I am opening the public hearing on 56 Westland Road. Yeah, no, that's why I didn't remember it, because
We haven't actually
we
done
haven't
it.
actually done it.
That's right. Because we didn't have a
Right.
time.
So it's open.
So I've just opened it. So if you could spend a few minutes just describing for everyone on the board, some people didn't make it to the site walk, and for people in general, what it is you are coming to us for, that would be great. Maybe 10 minutes or so. Do you have any visual materials at all? Did you bring anything with you?
Yeah, we submitted everything.
Did you?
I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get
I
it.
have it.
Okay. Thomas and Elizabeth Darling, 56 Westland, Mass. We are celebrating our 10th anniversary in Weston later this week. We love the Silver Hill Westland neighborhood. We moved recently from 97 Westland, which you may have driven by, to 56. In part of our effort to gain a little bit more space for our growing family, we have 4 children, and our hope is over time to have bedrooms for each of the children. What we've proposed is an expansion within the existing footprint of the property, 56 Westland. We are adding a slight walkway to the second floor, which will allow for a attic staircase. We had currently an existing drop-down. We're now finishing that out. It's in an existing raised ceiling foyer, so we're not changing the footprint, the exterior footprint at all. And then the goal is to add a bathroom and 2 bedrooms on the attic level, with the only modifications to the exterior being windows on either end of the property on the south and north facing exterior on the 3rd floor to give those rooms a second egress and a little bit more light
May I
there.
ask why we're doing this trigger an RGFA?
RGFA.
Really?
Yeah, it's an
That's
interior,
already-
it's an interior expansion.
Okay, but so this is
It puts it over the limit.
Okay, thank you.
The reason we're going
I didn't know there were any
over
houses
the
that big up on
limit
Westland.
is we have a barn
6,000.
on the property. The
it's
barn
a
is
small
included in the
Oh, it's
square
your-
footage. It's approximately 1,100 square feet. So in terms of the actual square footage that we're adding in this project, it was just the walkway to the hall, but it was just enough to put us over the requirement because of the barn.
Right. And
That's interesting.
Kim, you were at the site walk, and you'd reviewed, I think you reviewed with Joe Lane,
Yes.
did you? And I don't think there was anything,
No.
we didn't identify anything at the site walk that we thought needed to be done to the
No, it
to the
looked like
lot.
there was a tree in the front at one point that had been cut down years and years ago. The character of the neighborhood is fairly open, so we talked about adding in additional buffer at the street, but it seemed like, given the character, although Steve was disagreeing essentially with me, that it wasn't 100% necessary.
Right, and that was really the only thing we talked about. Everything else was pretty cut and dry. Yeah. Okay. Anybody?
Sorry, I'm not up to speed on this.
That's all right. It's
We don't know why not.
it's an existing house.
You've had 15 minutes.
It's an existing house that was built after 1998. That is increasing in area on the interior, so that that increase triggered the RGFA bylaw. So we went to take a look at the site to see what impacts the change would have on the house and the neighborhood, and whether anything needed to be done to the exterior. I think the only thing, there was one thing we talked about. there was a light on at the porch, right? That we said should be made a dark sky compliant light fixture.
Right.
That was, remember that? That was the only thing that we talked about that we thought needed to happen that would conform with what we usually require for people coming for site plan review. So,
Pretty good. One thing.
yeah.
Wow.
I'd be curious, given that we're past the 40-day mark, what additional restrictions the council would put on the site plan at this point.
We're not putting any additional restrictions on the site plan. It's just that one light fixture.
Well, our intent is to improve the property, and we're looking at new light fixtures, but
Yeah.
we haven't chosen them yet. To try and make sure that they don't infringe upon our neighbors.
Yeah, well, our requirement is dark sky compliant fixtures, so just look for those when you're going through light fixture catalogs. And when you pick one out, submit it to Betsy, the planner, so that we can include it in the record. We can also incorporate that into the decision when we make it on the 4th. You think you'll have a picture picked out by the 4th?
I'm still struggling with why the existing light fixtures would need to be changed as part of an interior remodel.
Because your area increased beyond the threshold, the RGFA threshold. And so that's the reason why we're in the picture at all. One of our standard requirements when we're reviewing RGFA applications is to require dark sky compliant light fixtures.
The fact that it's underneath an existing overhang
But it's a wall
qualify
sconce.
as a dark sky.
It's a wall sconce.
I'll have to look into that. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, they're
I'm assuming there's
pretty
lots of
common.
choices.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an onerous requirement, believe. And if you're going to replace it anyway, you might as well replace it with one that's dark sky compliant.
So you have, the house is a structure, and do you have a garage as well as a barn?
No, just the barn.
And the barn, you use that as the garage?
No, we have to park the cars outside. There's no garage.
So, but when you do your RGFA, you count the barn?
That's what
The
we were
barn was
told.
included in the calculation, and that's why we're here today. Otherwise, it's a modest home on the property.
Because in looking at the definition of the RGFA, they're talking
We were
about.
told by Joe that it was
Yeah.
part of the RGFA, that's why
Really?
we're here.
Yeah.
It was
That
not-
1,100 square
Yeah.
feet,
We would be way under.
Right.
That's actually true. I mean, you count all of the built-out area on the site.
All of any built-out area on the site, okay.
Otherwise, there are
So
giant
just-
barns on your little tiny
We
lot.
might want to change this to reflect that.
Okay,
Can I ask a question?
yes.
Diana Chaplin. I'm just wondering if the barn was built prior to 1998, would it still count as part of the RGFA?
I don't know when it was built. If it was built before 1998, I think that's a matter for the planner to determine.
Okay.
In that case, the planner determined that it qualified.
Okay. I was just clarification.
Good. Any other comments or questions? No. That having been said, we'll continue to what date for the decision? The 4th or the 18th?
Well,
The sooner the better, because I think you probably want to get started
this is
on
going to be quick, right?
Yeah.
So we could either put it on for 7:40. We have a continued public hearing at 7:45. Or after, or at 10:30, 10:40. We presently have continuations at 7:45, 8:30, 9:15, and 10. So
Well,
either-
this will be a quick one.
So,
I think
740.
7:40,
7:40 on the 4th, right?
yeah.
So if you could just pick your light fixture before the 4th of June, I think that might be possible. Give it to Betsy, we can get you out of here by the 4th, so we don't hold you up with your building permit?
Do we have to come on the 4th, or?
No, you don't have to. The decision's gonna say you have to put a dark speck of white light fixture in that looks like the one that you gave the plan.
Thank you.
All right,